Hey everyone, Dash Attack here, how are you doing? Today I'm gonna go over everything we know about the upcoming SRPG Unicorn Overlord. It was announced during the last Nintendo Direct. This was my initial reaction. Oh my god, yes! I want it. That's everything. It's got fantasy units, it's got... Ugh. Growing up playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance has made me fall in love with both strategy RPGs and fantasy as a whole. It also might have been the corrupting influence for my strange obsession with anthropomorphic characters.
Oh my god, I have a disease, alright? I need help!
But since discovering and playing Path of Radiance, very few SRPGs have really caught my overall love and enthusiasm. I did discover things like Shining Forces, which, while they may be more higher fantasy than most Fire Emblem, they don't have the gripping story that Path of Radiance had. Shining Forces also made me realize we need more games with centaurs. Meanwhile, on the Fire Emblem side of things, well, just look at the last game. Not only did it have a horrible localization, but it had an awful story and a plank of wood for a main character. Not even an Ike cameo could get me to finish this game. With so few high-budget strategy RPGs to choose from, it seems like I'll never find that perfect mix that can recreate my joy of playing Path of Radiance. But seeing Unicorn Overlord and seeing what it's about, I once again have renewed hope that maybe my itch to recreate my joy of Path of Radiance can be achieved. And here's why I think it can do it based on the information that's been released so far about the game. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I want to go over the developer's history. Vanillaware have been around a long time and have had quite a few hits. One of those hits was Dragon's Crown, which came out exactly 10 years ago. This is before I really used Twitter or social media, though I've always been on YouTube. But according to historical records, Dragon's Crown was the center of a lot of cultural debate. What was the debate? Well, the sorceress's tits were too big!
I hear them, I see them. The gameplay slick as sealing wax, their skirts unable to contain that ass. Like privilege, cis privilege, and make more pretentious games like Gone Home.
Minister Frollo, Dragon's Crown sold well. What? Our complaints did nothing for it. But how?
Just a piece of industry history I wanted to share with you guys. And hopefully that little bit of Western drama didn't change the devs too much. Well, going by how revealing that fox's outfit is, I'd say.
Man, what is wrong with you?
Fine, I'll be normal. Back on topic. Anyways, according to the game's director, the original idea for this game can be dated back to 2014. Though apparently production didn't start till 2016. This information coming from Noisy Pixel. I find this to be very interesting because it means the idea for this game must have been very big for them to take so long to make it. All the details laid out so far suggest that this isn't going to be your typical Fire Emblem clone. This may end up even being a bigger game than Radiant Dawn. For one, the game supposedly takes 100 hours if you try to 100% it. 50 if you just focus on the main story. The game also is promising to feature over 100 different distinct characters, with over 60 of them being recruitable. Most Fire Emblem games have 20 or 30 recruitable units at most. So already it's shaping up to be a bigger offering than Fire Emblem Engage.
Hold your tongue, furry.
One of my big complaints with Fire Emblem Engage, outside of the localization, was the removing of weapon durability. Unlike the Switch Zelda games, weapon durability served a distinct purpose. Without weapon durability, not only do you lose resource management as a feature, buying cheaper weapons with higher durability is no longer a viable strategy. You can just buy and hoard stronger weapons without ever worrying to replace them. In the trailer, we see mining is a feature, so it looks like resource management will be a part of the game. The story so far is your typical SRPG plot. Evil nation of evil comes and invades the protagonist's homeland. Parental figure dies. Protagonist now must raise army to defeat evil nation of evil. But yeah, sometimes it's better not to break the formula if you want to make something good in a particular genre. If the product and story are well executed, and they throw in some twists to the mix, then I'll say it'll be both a unique and fulfilling experience. The last piece of information I was able to dig up was some details about certain key characters. Here we have our protagonist, Alan. We got a goofy best friend character named Lex. Here we have Dead Mom, our lovely church girl healer, Scarlet, and an evil despot in black armor, ready to challenge the protagonist. The game will also be getting a physical release, as well as a very cool collector's edition, with beautiful graphics, large scope, and an extremely cool title. I feel like this game was just made for me. And so long as no self-righteous localizer diarrheas the translation, we may even have an SRPG classic in our hands. Hopefully, I won't be disappointed and bitching about it in a year from now. Thank you all for watching this video. Please remember to hit the like button. If this is your first time here on the channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button as well. Till next time, everyone.